So FENG Tianwei at the top of the screen will start off with the serve. CHEN Meng, the top seed, on the receive. Best of 7, quarterfinal, here we go. Some good pace there from FENG Tianwei. Steps around the corner, plays a risky shot. Now, one thing I didn't tell you is that after FENG Tianwei moved around 17 years old out of China, she moved to Japan, had 2 years there before finding herself a place to really develop in Singapore. Has been in Singapore ever since. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this, the angle change. I mean, especially coming off of FENG Tianwei's racket, she's very subtle with the wrist movements. Much like Koki Niwa, thinking a step ahead, has a lot of experience. So from an experience standpoint, much more than Koki Niwa, but is quite unpredictable like Koki Niwa. It's weird to say like Koki Niwa because no one's really anything like Koki Niwa. Solid backhands from the middle of the table. CHEN Meng still hasn't been fully tested yet. Early in the match, I think we'll see a lot of tactics change, a lot of development in the points. So far, a lot of soft pace of play from FENG Tianwei, still warming up to the rallies, figuring out CHEN Meng a bit. CHEN Meng, no stranger to the international scene, though. Inside out forehand attempt doesn't come down. First towel break of the game, and CHEN Meng in control. But we thought the same thing for Kirill Gerasimenko when he started off game 1 against Tomokazu Harimoto. Those are the extreme angles, though, that FENG Tianwei plays. No, quick one off the bounce. CHEN Meng giving a taste of FENG Tianwei's own medicine right back. Turn that spoon around. So quick to react there. Right at the baseline of the table, CHEN Meng just pops off on that ball. And even with the break off the top of the net, has trouble finding the middle, connecting with the shot. CHEN Meng, one of the 2 best players in the world. There's a very strong chance to become #1 in the world after this tournament. Almost off the top of the net, punching it down the short side just long. Oh, counter catches the edge, FENG Tianwei. Now, FENG Tianwei is responsible for one of the most drastic comebacks I've seen. At the Japan Open in 2014, it was down 1-7, scored 10 straight points, and continued on, I think, the first 3 or 4 of the next game. Fast long serve pays off. Right at the baseline, jamming up FENG Tianwei. With a fast long serve like that, you just have to be ready for a quick stroke because the ball's going to come back fast as well. Unless you're so fortunate to really fool the receiver. So we're down to one table in the arena now. And after the Kirill Gerasimenko match, where the crowd was quite hyped up behind their hometown player, seems like they're in recovery mode right now. And even with CHEN Meng way behind the table, FENG Tianwei not handling the pressure in that point. 6 game points for CHEN Meng to start off this best of 7 match with game 1. There it is, CHEN Meng sweetly just swats through that sort of scooped up ball on the receive from FENG Tianwei, 11-4. Some domination in game 1. We'll see if FENG Tianwei can pull out some experience out here. Turn things around. Game number 2 coming up right after this. Back for game number 2, CHEN Meng cleaning the table. Just to make sure she has perfect bounces with every ball. At least the ones coming into her, of course. That's why she doesn't clean the opponent's side of the table, which might be psychologically a little bit weird. So in the first round of the tournament, CHEN Meng beat Du Hoi Kem 4-2. Du Hoi Kem giving quite an impressive fight. FENG Tianwei took out Zheng Yiqing 4-1. The winner of this match will play the winner of Gu Yuting and Kasumi Ishikawa. Trying to keep it deep on the table. Long push a bit too long. Chases it down. Little break off the net there. FENG Tianwei with some touch, but still not enough to deter the forehands. Down below the table is actually the backhand there of CHEN Meng. Man, take it easy, CHEN Meng. I mean, in all seriousness, you know, FENG Tianwei has beaten Liu Shiwen under pressure many times in recent years, so she's not to be taken lightly. But there's no question CHEN Meng is not taking her lightly at this point. Not dropping a point at the first towel break. Neither player with need for a towel yet. Look at the Chinese rubber on the forehand. Forehand flip doesn't come down either. A lot of people like to know at 10-0, do you serve into the net? What do you do? If you're on the receive, do you receive into the net? How is it done? Can you make it look classy? Can you make it look like an accident? Still 3 points to go. FENG Tianwei with their first point. Now this is where the comeback started in Japan in 2014, but it wasn't against CHEN Meng. Looks like she's trying to loosen up the shoulders a little bit. CHEN Meng had on some pretty cool fashion yesterday at the ITTF Star Awards. You can check out the pictures on ITTF's website. Oh! Service error here. Still a lot of comfort here, up by 6. Doesn't crawl over with all the spin, trying to climb over the net. Just keeps sliding back down. Bold play, a wide serve and a clear opening. That backhand of CHEN Meng quickly countered. Not an easy shot, perfectly played onto the body. Oh, look at that angle. FENG Tianwei tries to play it wide from the middle. Fast footwork. CHEN Meng is there to increase the angle back. This is the risk you play when you turn the middle for that forehand. Starting an angle fight when you leave open that wide one cross court, it's dangerous. Almost deja vu. This time makes a run for it. CHEN Meng just a little bit softer on her attack, says, commit to it. Give a fuller stroke, you've got time there. This combination has worked well for FENG Tianwei. From down 0-7, has won 6 out of the last 8 points. If she can keep up this percentage, I think this would go to deuce. But not here, forehand flip, not yet. 4 game points for CHEN Meng. Inside out forehand once again saves a game point. Nice soft touch on that last ball. Sees CHEN Meng behind the table, plays it softly out in front. Says, hey, CHEN Meng, I dare you to play this spinny from in front of you. Very uncomfortable ball. You could see CHEN Meng trying to move in a little bit and decide what to do with their feet to still spin that ball. If she could make up for it by reaching out in front, but still keeping a wrist on the shot. 2 game points left. Softer spinny one, and CHEN Meng capitalizes, takes it at the top of the bounce, 11-8 to take a 2-0 lead, and we'll be back for game number 3 right after this.
你拉你一点反拉也不能带着，带着你再给他反正就还是这个衔接这个对反手，只要你能有心能对得住，中间肯定要接应的整个这个，知道吧？他这边也发你就这儿完了，这个方向这儿，知道吧？别没事没
站住两边上啊，非常好啊！但是一定要兴，你得兴起你的那个啊，调动起来啊，别一领先多了沉下来了。
As we come back for game 3, you know a little bit about who's on this half of the bracket. On the other side, we've got Mima Ito versus Chun Xing Tong. And next to that, Ju Yuling versus Wang Man Yu. Some tight battles ahead. So what's it going to take for FENG Tianwei? For me, she has to play boldly. Variety of serves, greater variety, greater surprise, quick third balls. She's having trouble hanging in there with the spin. CHEN Meng, one of the 2 best players in the world currently. Her and Ju Yuling both very calm and confident. Look at this shot, so smooth, the stroke. Even the feet, the positioning here. Take a look at CHEN Meng. Beautiful from the back of the table, drives it right down to the very corner, even to the corner of the court. That's how perfect that shot was. Net clamp is not part of the table, it's part of the net. Another point for CHEN Meng. But if that ball does come down on the table after hitting the clamp or the post, let's say, ball's still good. These angles, CHEN Meng is a step behind the table, but still so confident to play these quick angles. Now, FENG Tianwei over the years has still been able to keep up with the fast pace of play and control. But again, CHEN Meng in a different caliber right now. FENG Tianwei just dropped out of the world top 10. CHEN Meng looking to become world number 1. Little break off the top of the net. FENG Tianwei stays closed, stays on top of the point. So he gets a lot of wrist there from the backhand side, even a step behind the table. FENG Tianwei keeps the pressure on. Now that's more like the FENG Tianwei that I know. These long, fast rallies on top of the table, trying to find the middle of the opponent. Serious pace on the opening attack from CHEN Meng, and FENG Tianwei brings it back quickly. This is another thing that we see both Liu Shiwen and FENG Tianwei doing. It's getting into position well to use the opponent's spin with a very short stroke. Shovel serve for the points. Just a 2-point game here. FENG Tianwei has had some trouble so far in this match. 8 points, the highest yet. Bit more confidence and strength from CHEN Meng, in control. That was Li Swin in the corner. He's been doing a lot of work for the women over the years, the women of Chinese table tennis. And despite falling back off balance a little bit, CHEN Meng still with a quality shot regains her positioning here. See, she came around the ball, gathers herself balance, so important in table tennis. Edge of the table, serve aces. Bit of fortune here for FENG Tianwei. Parallel shot, another break for FENG Tianwei. So 6 now. 8-6, look at this one more time. So compact, but that little flick of the wrist at the end of the stroke there, it's the crack of the whip at the end of the full arm. It doesn't have to be a full arm stroke, but everything is working together. Even for that compact stroke, she's using her legs from the ground up. Opening flip, not enough. Well anticipated. CHEN Meng right there waiting with a big forehand for you. 4 game points for a 3-0 lead. Oh, and the ball was sitting there, but FENG Tianwei couldn't take the point. 11-6, CHEN Meng in the lead, and there's FENG Tianwei's coach, Tsai Xiaoli. Used to play for Singapore, has his work cut out for him here against one of the 2 best players in the world. We'll see. CHEN Meng hasn't dropped a game yet here. Game number 4 coming up right after this.
对他直接往上拔，有人这稍微就借着就是别在那个，他也没赶着死，他也是就往上拔那个，知道不？所以你也别太着急。
关键你再回个短，出台你再一拉都没问题，但是你这个效果会更好一点，你更主动一点。当然长的有，但是他一上来只要一碰你这台面一扫他就完。这气儿始终顶住啊。
Back for game number 4, CHEN Meng 1 game away from a shutout victory over FENG Tianwei. Subtle contact on the pendulum serve. First point outright. So much pressure, the long serve right into the body, perfect placement, baseline of the table, and the follow-up backhand to win it. Times like this, you'd see a timeout. Sure enough, here it is. FENG Tianwei down 0-3. One of the most popular point differentials for timeouts is something about that 3. Quickly recoverable. Still feels like it's within reach, but also like it's starting to slip away. It's that fine balance where you're sitting on the edge of your seat, leaning back, just on the verge of tipping over. So we'll see. If I understood it correctly, and I'll keep you posted if I learn otherwise. Timeout is over, so both players will have to come back to the table. If CHEN Meng wins this match, I believe she will be world rank number 1 come January. Because if I understood it correctly, Ju Yuling, to retain her position as world number 1, would have to get 2 rounds further in the tournament than CHEN Meng. This is the quarterfinals. All right, a little better chance here. FENG Tianwei on top of the bounce, keeping CHEN Meng behind the table, playing to the middle, getting her to take some forehands. This creates an opening or 2. More predictable shots anyway for FENG Tianwei. So effective. So many times that long serve from CHEN Meng You know, players who are really good in the rally, really aggressive, a lot of times are comfortable with that fast, long serve. Feng Tianwei chasing, but corner to corner, CHEN Meng sending her on the run. First towel break of game number 4. Oh, banana, nobody home. A gift fruit basket waiting there at the front door. But Feng Tianwei was in the backyard. Nice counter here. Feng Tianwei short stroke stays on top of it. She'd even dropped a racket for a moment, moving central on the table, so good on her to lift up that quickly, get on top of the ball. Back edge of the table for Feng Tianwei. Another fast long serve though from CHEN Meng. This is taking advantage of knowing your strengths. If you love to get into the rally, fast long serve, make your opponent prove to you she can beat you in the rally. Heavy deep push, back to a 4-point lead for CHEN Meng. That's tough service errors, especially when you're down this much. Pressure building up. CHEN Meng, not too many flaws right now. Feng Tianwei's made a few good rallies out here, but the highlights could be quite a short highlights video. The ripping shot goes long as CHEN Meng waits patiently at the back of the table. I think I saw my first exhibition point in a women's match. With Elisabetta Samara and Liu Shiwen, this would be a good score for it, but I sort of doubt we'll see one. 7 match points. No exhibition point. It is CHEN Meng steamrolling through, simply outclassing Feng Tianwei, an entirely different level. And if I'm not mistaken, CHEN Meng has just earned herself world #1 come January. She qualifies for the women's singles semifinals, which means that there's no possible way for Zhu Yuling to get 2 rounds past her at this point. So if we're looking at the world #1, CHEN Meng, this would be her first time. We will have a new king and a new queen of table tennis. The big 4 of China have been shifting, and a lot of up-and-comers, new players from Chen Xingtong, Sun Yingsha, Wang Manyu are keeping CHEN Meng and Zhu Yuling good company. But Feng Tianwei could not pull out the threat that she has been to the Chinese national team over the years. Not here, not today. Not a game off CHEN Meng. Looks like we'll have an interview on court, so enjoy it and stick around for another match. It'll be Fan Zhendong versus Xu Xin, the Swedish Open final rematch, with an outstandingly rich history between these two. It's been a bit of a shaky ground, so we'll see if Xu Xin will win like he did in Sweden, like he did in Korea, or if Fan Zhendong will go back to his streak of having Xu Xin in a chokehold. Stick around, enjoy the interview in the following match.
Ladies and gentlemen, CHEN Meng, winner of the quarterfinal match. CHEN Meng, you won 3 times on the World Tour this year. What's your feeling now? You're in the semi-final of the World Tour Grand Finals.
2017年你已经在我们的世界巡回赛赢得了3次冠军，那么现在这一次的话，你已经进入了半决赛，你现在是什么感受？
现在我觉得很平静吧，因为后面的对手也会越来越强，然后会全力以赴去打好接下来的比赛吧。
She's feeling very calm now, and in the events coming, and the players are going very stronger and stronger. So she is trying to play as best as possible.
And what would it mean to you to be World Tour Grand Final champion? What would it mean for you to be the champion?
如果您获得了我们世界巡回赛的总冠军，您将是什么感受？
那我会很开心吧，very happy。
Yeah, very happy.
Very happy, Gao Xing, very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, CHEN Meng!